Hello, everybody. This is Scott Small, and I want to welcome you to our We Believe Hangout. Let's see, tonight is, it's October already. It's October 2nd, 2014, and we're actually very close to our next event in Orlando, and we're going to talk a little bit about that. We're going to talk about, there were certainly some new changes and things that came along on the call from Monday night, and we're going to talk about that as well. And also, we're going to, go over some of the things that's happening with iPass, how that's been working for people, and how really just by taking some action, you can put yourself in a place where you're getting results as well. Because the nice thing about what we've got here is a system that's really starting to take off and work and give people results. And we're seeing it in the team, we're seeing it in company-wide. And really, we have some exciting things going on here. So, what I want to do here is what we're going to talk about tonight is just a few of the things, kind of bringing us up to speed. And, we're going to talk about some of the plans that we have for Orlando, some of the ways that you can actually be able to hear what they're talking about in Orlando, because this is the third-year anniversary of Empower. And what we're going to really be covering is, things as the company is evolving, how the changes are coming and the things that they're doing to really secure a future here with Empower, and that's something that really will put us all in a place to have an income ongoing for a long time to come with the plans that they're making and the ways that they're really taking charge of what the future is of the company. So I'm so excited to be here, excited to be sharing with you. It certainly is an interesting time here at Empower, and it was just about a year ago right now that they were experimenting with something. And the good thing about Empower is that they're always really paying attention to the things that are working, the things that they can do to make things better. And we have people that are really here with our best interest in mind and really helping to put us in a place where we can get the results that we came here for. And the things that we see is when people get started, we have new people getting into the iPass system, which is really a great pre-funnel for what they have to really get people to the point where they can see what the business is before they really get involved with Empower. And just by using that system, we're able to see people get results and not have to know everything about the business. And that's really pretty exciting, because it really has only been around for a very short period of time, and already it's starting to have an impact on the way that the business is built, the way that we're growing our team, and the way that people are getting results. So, that's what we're going to be covering tonight. And, of course, I got my wingman here, Brian, as always. And you know what, Brian, I'd like you to just come out and, anything that you want to share with us tonight.
Sure. Thanks, Scott, and welcome everybody to our typical Thursday night hangout. First, I want to apologize about last week. I thought I was going to have some internet. I was actually in a hotel on Thursday night before we went fishing on the Eastern Shore on the weekend, and I thought I would have some internet, but it was really, really rotten. I was getting like almost no connection at all, and it would have been horrible. So sorry about last week, but we move on. Guys, iPass 2 is working. We're going to tell you it's working. We have people that are joining our team this week and having their first sale this week, which is an absolutely beautiful, beautiful thing to see, because, let's face it, I mean, the struggle was always the setup. It wasn't that we didn't have great products. It wasn't that we didn't have great support and we didn't have great team technologies and great presentations. It was a matter of getting that person started, getting their system set up, and getting them out there marketing so they could start creating results. With iPass, it really makes it almost so simple. It's crazy that you could literally join today, spend a few hours, get your system set up, and literally be marketing within an hour or two after you join, and actually creating results that exact same day, and not with just warm traffic. That's the part that amazes me, is that somebody can come in, follow the system, follow the directions, swipe a couple things, throw it on Facebook where you're going to broadcast to the people that you have influence with on your friends list, and actually get people joining right on your first day. I mean, that's it's just incredible. We got people are buying silver packages, gold packages. They're buying they're getting the black membership levels. They're getting the pro levels. They're starting off at the trial and liking what they see and progressing right through the system without having to have us hold their hand or sell them or tell them or convince them or they it really makes the business. They break it down so people can understand not only what the business is, but how they can actually make money in it. And, it's just so hard to find that in this industry. It's always usually, hey, welcome to the team, good luck, we'll help you get your stuff set up. But the learning curve is so huge that really, you spend a couple of weeks learning before you can actually go out and apply. And with iPass 2, it's literally, you don't even need to know how the sausage is made. You don't need to know how to set up anything other than follow a couple videos and then start launching traffic at it. And for me, it's just absolutely amazing to see how well thought out, well designed, and how great the system really is. It's a hats off to Chris Jones and the rest of the crew over at iPass, because I'm telling you, this is I couldn't have dreamed a better system with better results. And I'm adding people on every day. And, one thing I did want to throw out there, and then I'm going to pass it back to you, Scott, is, folks, remember when somebody comes in, $7 trial offer. And a trial offer is just allowing somebody, and if you haven't joined us, then please click that button down below that says register for iPass. And, take the trial offer, because the whole point of that is for you to be able to come in here, kick the tires, look under the hood, to know the system inside out and see if it's something that you're going to be interested in, something you want to do that you can go out there and start making some money, because I truly believe that this is the best system in internet marketing there is today. I can't imagine anything that's able to convert like this is right now, especially with lukewarm, cold to lukewarm traffic. I mean, all you have to do is send traffic at this thing, and it's really doing its job. So that's what I got to start off with, Scott. Why don't you hop in there and take over for me, and we'll talk about what do you want to talk about, Orlando a little bit, or you want to talk about some of the announcements first? You're muted. Oh, he just left us. Okay, we'll talk about some of the announcements. For those of you that weren't on the company Hangout on Monday, they did announce a few things, and I'll kind of maybe break in a little bit, a little of the background of why they're doing some of the things they're doing. They were very transparent about some of the things going on within the company and some of the things that they're trying to correct, some things that went very well, some things that didn't go so well, and the end results of that. So one of the first thing they announced is, for anybody that's been with Empower a long time, we originally had a WordPress blog. It was pretty bare bones, but it was still functional. Created good traffic, was pretty easy to set up and easy to use. Back in October of last year, about a year ago, they came up with their own standalone blogging system called the Blog Beast, and that's what we've been using for the last year. Again, a little more functional, but the problem is it was what's called, not to get too technical, there's a difference between a root domain and a subdomain. Root domain is when you have, username.empowernetwork.com, and then subdomain would be empowernetwork.com / and then your username. And what it is if you have the / username, Google sees it as all one site. So you get the authority and the power ranking of your whole site, where if you do the root domain, the username.empowernetwork.com, then you don't. Google sees that as a standalone site, and you don't get the power ranking. So that's a good thing that they're actually going to be going back to the WordPress format with a heck of a lot more bells and whistles. You're going to be able to put plugins in there. They're going to have pre-done themes for you. So if you're in insurance, real estate, you own a brick and mortar shop, they'll have themes already set up for you, so you can really just kind of push a button, put in your information, have your blog set up in minutes, and really, it's one heck of a great. Just from what I saw on Monday, it is going to be way, way, way better than the blog beast, and it's really going to be something we can use to generate a lot of traffic. So I see we got Scott back. Scott, I was just talking about some of the updates. I just kind of went through the blog part of it real quick. Why don't you hop in and maybe go through the other updates, the new commission structure and the mobile app and Orlando and stuff like that.
Well, as you can see, Brian, I'm really dangerous when I start pushing buttons on my computer because I I locked up the Hangout and I had to log back in, and thank you for that. And yeah, one of the things that really I'm impressed with the way that this company is run is that there's real transparency in the way that they actually do things. So when you take on a business, what happens is you always have to have course corrections along the way. And if you're going to survive and you're going to be viable for a long period of time, you have to really address, what goes on, how you can, best be in a position to really be around for the long term. And one of the things that I give Dave Wood a lot of credit for is that he really is someone who's concerned about giving us a company that's going to have a long period to be around, and he also wants to make sure that the company survives. And one of the things that they were finding, and if you didn't see the Hangout on Monday night, we're just having a bit of a quick recap here, but one of the things that it was finding with the 100% commission structure, there really wasn't the resources on the part of the company to be able to carry on and do the things to expand and bring in and update things and really have the people in place that were going to be able to carry us to that next level. And by putting out 100% commissions, which they originally started with, as a matter of fact, when they very, very first started, they happened to have, they weren't even charging the $19.95 affiliate fee, and they just were putting that money out there. And then they brought out the products, and they were paying all of the affiliates 100%. So, basically, other than the money that Dave Wood was making, and Dave Sharp at the time, there really was no money going to the company to support the infrastructure of the company, which was, all the people that are in the office, all the technology, the hosting, and all the things that it takes to run this company. And they finally got to the point where they, really had to make a decision. If they were going to be able to survive, they had to be able to have some kind of cash flow so that they could really bring in the people and have the support to take this, keep the company afloat and viable. And what Dave announced was, in some of the things that they've had with some of the new products, they've had different commission structures. So what they decided to do was to have a 70% commission across the board for all the products, and they were going to eliminate the processing fees, which the way that I believe it's going to work out is you'll be netting out 70% on all of your sales, which really is still a tremendous amount of commission, because in almost any other business, in the network marketing or in home business arena, you're usually at 35 to maybe 45, even sometimes 50% commissions. But with what they're doing here is they're still giving us, some very strong commissions. They're going to now do things by reinvesting back in the company. They're going to do things to give us new sales funnels. They're going to be bringing out, an upgraded blog that's going to be the WordPress 4.0. And I'm not necessarily familiar with it, but from what I've heard and the things that the people that know about blogging, they are going to really have the cutting edge standard of what's out there for blogging at this point. And the real bottom line is what Brian was covering, is that they're going to put the horsepower back in the blog, because when they changed around the blog, they took away what I've been told is the root URL. So now what's going to happen is EmpowerNetwork.com is going to really raise its ranking. People are going to be able to find it more quickly, and it's going to really generate more leads. Because in the past, really, if you were blogging, it's questionable as to whether you were going to have enough results from what you were doing. Even though it's great to be able to express yourself and learn how to do the things that it takes to create some marketing, the blogging really wasn't doing as well result-wise as what they've had in the past. So this change is going to, they're going to invest in the blogging. They're going to invest in, finding ways to really turn that into something that will generate leads and, really do them by using the blog and using those resources. Another thing that they're going to do is they've got, people that they've brought in that are, tech experts and people that are marketers that are going to help them with landing pages and funnels and things like that. So, the beauty is right now we've got iPass, so, we can really kind of sit back and let that system work. And, now Empower is going to be paying attention to that as well, and they're going to be doing things to really upgrade their sales process. They were talking about the login page or the sign-up page. They want to streamline the process. They're doing whatever they can to really make what we do easier, because they really have the eye to, having our back and really giving us the ability to have results here. And, that's something that you don't normally see in a business. I mean, if you think about it here, for the last 3 years, the company has been supported on the back of Dave Wood and his partner Dave Sharp. And, they've been plowing money back into the business, and now they're going to change that and really put it in place where the company is going to survive on its own, and it's going to be, able to have the resources to do the things that it will take to really take them to that next level and really have all the things that we need to be able to grow the business. So, initially...
Scott, can I interject for 1 second here real quick?
Sure, absolutely.
Guys, with the commission structure, the beautiful part about it is it's pretty simple now. Before it was 100%, sounds sweet and it sounds nice, but like Scott said, I mean, it's not sustainable. And they're really building this company for something that is going to be here for a long time. And, it's pretty simple now for us to explain it, how our products work. If you're a black member in iPass, you get 70% commissions on all iPass sales, and then you get 70% commissions on all the Profit Maximizer sales. That's the comp plan. If you're not at the black level, then you get 50% on your iPass sales and 70% on your Profit Maximizer sales. That's the comp plan. So it makes it so much easier to explain, where before it was some products were 100%, unless somebody got the all-in bundle, then it was like 66%, and then if you got this, it was a different, it made it too hard to explain to people on how much they were going to make when they created that sale. So, one good thing about the commission thing is not only does it make the company more sustainable and gets them to a position where now they can kind of, have the cash flow necessary to keep the lights on and keep the customer service there and keep the support staff in place. And then it also will, because let's face it, I mean, they've been doing these little micro launches to generate cash flow. I mean, not that they weren't great products, they were, but that was about generating some cash flow, because you can't have a business if you don't have money to support the overhead that you need. And I think the number they were saying is it's about $700,000 a month to support the company, with the corporate staff and the support staff, the tech department, the compliance department, lawyers, and rent, utilities, and everything else. It's like $700,000 a month. So this is going to make it so we're a long time company that when I do decide to leave the face of this earth, I can take this business and pass it to my wife, pass it to my kids, and they can pass it to theirs, and they can pass it to theirs, and really be around for a long, long time. So kudos to them for not only, a lot of companies would come out and just say, oh, well, we're changing this to, and they wouldn't tell you why. And if they did, they would probably make up some big BS excuse of why they were doing it. The fact that Dave Wood came out and was 100% transparent, 100% honest, and really told us a truth of what is going on and why they're doing it, for me was the thing. Because for me, it's more important to be with a credible, honest company that I can get behind and that I can believe in, than to make all the money in the world. Because if I think I'm giving somebody into a bad deal, I can't sleep with myself knowing that. So knowing that I'm getting people involved in a company that's going to be around for a long, 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 long time, and this is just another way to help that happen, I couldn't be happier. So I just wanted to throw that in there while we were talking about the comp stuff before we moved on, Scott.
Well, and I totally agree with you. And the other thing that they're going to do is simplify things, because if they look back at their history, to have a very simple program where you can explain in very simple terms, what it takes to get all in, what the advantages are of being all in, and how that's going to really put you in a position where you're able to leverage the compensation plan and explain it easily. That's something else that's going to make a big difference. So the things that they're doing and the ways that they're taking and putting things in place, you have to applaud them, number one, for really laying it on the table and being honest with us and addressing these issues and making sure that we understand why they're doing the things that they're doing. Let's see, another thing that they talked about on Monday is that they've got a mobile app coming out. And from what I saw, it looks as though you're going to be able to do or communicate with your entire business, writing emails, doing whatever you need to do right on your phone. So what's going to happen is this is going to be a very robust app that's going to have the ability to really do almost anything that you can do on your computer on your phone. And certainly I haven't seen it. We just saw it demonstrated. But it looks like they put a lot of thought into this, and that they've really done what it takes to create the ability to run your business on your phone. Because let's face it, how many people do you run into that you get into the business and they want to know if they can do the business on their phone? Even as much as this is an online business, what I'm seeing more and more is there are people that really want to do everything on their phone. And this is going to give people the ability to do that. And I think that that's something that really will help. It'll be something that will help with results, and it'll be something that we'll all be able to use. And once again, this is something that they're going to be demonstrating and launching in Orlando. The other thing is they're going to be demonstrating and launching the new platform, the blogging platform, and I'm sure that there's going to be other announcements as well. And that's one of the big advantages of being at the events, because not only do you get to connect with the people and meet and really spend time with the people that are in this business on the team and really here for you, you're going to get firsthand the things that they're going to be announcing and demonstrating, and we're all going to have a chance to see that. So for those of you who are on the team, we would love to have you with us in Orlando. It's going to be a fun weekend. We always have a great time. Everything from limo rides that we go on to some of the thank you, Brian. Some of the crazy things that we do, and we really get to spend time and get to know each and every one of you, and that's something that I can't recommend highly enough, because the events really are where it's at, and the events are where for those of you who know my story, that's really where my results came from. I was kind of floundering in the business. I was putting in the work. I was learning a lot. I was just really overanalyzing and overthinking the business. And what happened is when I went to an event, which was almost a year and a half ago now, I really had made no more than about $4,000 in the business, maybe $5,000. And when I went to an event, I really had something switch within me, and something just clicked. And by the way, any income that we're going to be talking about, we do have an income disclosure at the bottom of the page, and then you also want to go to empowerednetwork.com/income.php, because my results aren't typical. But since that time, I'm now probably at right around $115,000. So in a very short period of time, I've generated a nice substantial income here. But it's not about what I've made. It's just I'm showing you what's possible, and I'm certainly not anywhere near the highest income earners here. But the bottom line is it's possible. And not only am I getting results, but people on the team are getting results. I saw in the chat roll there a little bit earlier that I can't remember who it was that had his first couple people in through the iPass system. And the nice thing is now we even have another profit center with the iPass system that is going to help. I know for myself, I'm making enough in iPass that's really going to help me with my marketing. So what we're seeing here is by just using the systems, the results are there. But going back to what you get from an event, by being in the room and being connected with the people, you really get to realize that the people that are getting results in this business are really nobody special. They're just ordinary people that have focused. They've done, some of the some of the personal development work, which really is the most important part of what you do here in the business, and by really channeling their energies, their focus, and putting and going toward their goals, that's really where you see that these people are getting results. And nobody here is that special. Nobody here that's making any kind of substantial income is really any different than you or me. And that's really one of the things that you get out of the event, is just meeting with people and just realizing that they're here to help you and we're here to help you, and anything that they can do to extend themselves to really spend the time to connect with you. I find that the leaders here and the people in this company are very, very generous in that way, because we all have a big goal here, and the big goal is of course to get everybody to being in a position where they're having the income where they can either quit their job or pay their bills or do the things that they've set as a goal initially to get when they start here. And that's really what can be created. And being in an event really helps you to get there faster. So what I would say that I got out of the event, and having been at the event, was I basically had a shift from having the business in my mind where I was just thinking about everything, to really building a very solid belief. And the way I describe it is it went from going from my head to my heart. And I now can talk with conviction about Empower, what it does, how it works, how it's working for a lot of people, and how people that may have really wanted to learn how to use the internet to get a result, that's really here from what you can gain from the training that's inside Empower. And now that we've got the iPass that's married and working alongside Empower, we've got really a great combination. And Brian and I and all the rest of you who have been here for a while, we're really waiting for a long, long time. Oh, there's your black card. Very cool. I think turned around the other way. Isn't that where the card's at? Ah, there we go. Up, there we go. Perfect. There's Brian's iPass black card. Mine's in the other room. And that's going to give us some benefits, by the way. And we'll get into what that card does. But the bottom line is, what we have here is pretty much a plug-and-play system. I know, actually, I see Armando's on the line with us, or was on with us. He probably got called away. But I had a nice pass up today from Armando. I got a Inner Circle at Costa Rica and a 15K. And it's because Armando just put a little bit of effort out there, put some marketing in place, and it was done on autopilot. And that's something that happened. But once again, you do things with belief, and the results come. And the way to help build that belief is to be in the event. Now, one of the nice things about what they're doing, what, Brian, if you want to talk about the simulcast that they're going to be doing this time, that's something that they want to make sure that we all know what's going on and get to see what they have planned and some of the future things that they've got in the works. So, if you want to take over and talk about that.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, Empower Network, for a couple of their events, they actually did a live webcast where you could watch it from the comfort of your home on the internet. But they never really announced it until the last minute. I like the fact that this time they announced it ahead of time. So if you can't make it to Orlando, if you got something going on, you can still, at least hear what's going on. It doesn't, trust me, it doesn't replace the energy of being in the room. So if you can get in the room, be in the room, because there's power in being able to see and talk with Lawrence Tam or an Aaron Rashkin or a Kevin Connect or an Elena Frogger, these high dollar earners, and get a picture and spend a couple minutes just getting to know them and talking to them or asking them a question or two about, hey, how can I help my business? And there's power in that. But if you absolutely can't make it, they're doing where you can get the weekend webcast for $97. So for $97, they'll have the entire event streaming live online, and that you can watch it right from your house or your living room or your office or wherever you're at the time. So there's not really an excuse of not knowing what's going on, because they always announce all the new stuff at the events, and it's hard for anybody. We do a pretty good job on our team about coming back from these events and saying, hey, this is what we learned. But there's something about hearing it firsthand, because no matter how well I try to tell you what I saw, or how well Scott tries to tell you what he saw, or Debbie, or any of us tell you, there's always parts that are going to be missed. And what's going to get missed is the energy and the reaction of everybody when they first hear it. So when they come out and say, hey, look, we have this new program, or hey, we have this new tool, or we have this new thing, and the energy in the room of the people that are truly, truly excited because they know it's just there to help them grow their business is a huge deal. So, if you absolutely can't get to Orlando, then you can get the $97 and watch it online. And we will be doing some team stuff. I know that I'm planning on coming in, I think, on Tuesday. And there's a couple of us have at the Westgate, about 2 miles from the event. We actually have a couple condos lined up. I think maybe Thursday afternoon. We'll just have to see when people are coming in. But they do boat rentals there, and so I got a boat lined up. We're going to do the We Believe Team pontoon. It's right on the lake, so we're going to go out on a pontoon and have some sodas and do some swimming and just kind of enjoy each other's company. So, if you can get to Orlando, get there, because it's nice to be able to hang out with the team and with each other. We have lunches, we have dinners, we hang out at the event together, and it's really a way for us to all get to know each other and really to take our team and put it on the map. So if you can get there, it's a great thing for you, it's a great thing for our team, and it's a great thing for all of us for you to be in that room. So. But if you absolutely can't make it, then the $97 is your backup option. So that's the simulcast thing there, Scotty.
Oh, boat, huh? Well, good for you, Brian. I know that you always seem to have a little bit of something up your sleeve, and you.
Yeah, I had to send my captain's license to register it, because you have to have a license now to drive a boat.
Oh, really? How interesting. So now a driver's license isn't enough anymore.
No, it's an actual boater's license, captain's boater's license that you have to have.
Okay. Well, that certainly having a boat in Florida is a good thing to do, and I'm sure that we'll find a little bit of trouble to get into, but the bottom line is we'll have some fun, because just a little bit. And what we did in it was Nashville, right, where we had the limo. Yes.
Yeah. That was good times.
Yes, yeah. So, once again, that's really what this is all about, because the bottom line is.
And then in Charlotte, we had a pizza party, right? So we had a pizza party in Charlotte.
Yeah. We definitely had a pizza party, but that's what this is all about, because the nice thing about this is we're really in this working together, and this is a team, and everybody here is here to support you and do the things that really create results here. So, what we have going on, and certainly we're going to see some changes, and there's some changes for the good, and there's big things planned here. So, what I would say is, the first thing is try to get to Orlando. The second thing I would say is, if you can't get to Orlando, make sure you get the simulcast. And by the way, if you've got the inner circle level, what will happen is this is going to be commissionable. So if you get the simulcast, there will be, I believe it's a 50% commission on the simulcast. So you'll have the ability to not only be there, but or if nothing else, be there virtually. But you'll also have the ability to have that be commissionable. But the bigger point is get the information. And that's really, what Brian was referring to, is you want to be able to, have the experience of learning the things that we're going to be sharing, and really taking that to help you grow your business. So, there's some exciting things going on. The other thing that, for those of you who are on the team here, what I would suggest is, get a hold of Brian. He's been really generating some great traffic for us, and it's, really getting some results. I know that we've had upsells, we've had people get all in, we've had just some real nice results. And for those of you who got the iPass traffic, which I did get some of it earlier, it's been a little bit slow. What they said is they had just such a huge backlog of traffic, and they're really doing what they can to fill those orders, but it has been a little bit slow. So the bottom line is what you to get the faster, quicker traffic. Brian has been very creative in coming up with traffic to share with us, and it has really been working and giving results, and people are getting sales, upsells, and iPass sales as well. And the nice thing is that you can, as I was saying before, you can use iPass as a revenue stream to really supplement your marketing. And the money that you're generating in iPass, which is commissionable, and if you're in at the black level, that's that 70% that Brian was referring to. This is something that you can ramp up your business because you've now got another income source coming in addition to just the Empower. So, these are times to, especially between now and the end of the year, this is the time to take action. There's, always some great results. And then, of course, right after the first of the year, we have, this is also a time to really be, ramping up your business because, people look back at the end of the year and they start thinking about, what can I do to change? What can I do to have a different result? What can I do to really, not be in this position next year where, I'm concerned about what I'm spending for the holidays and things like that. So, this is a big time of the year to really be focusing in on your business. And, what we're seeing is, September has been a good month all the way around for the most part. People are, getting results. This was the launch of the iPass. October is starting out pretty strong. And now this is the time to really just keep your foot on the accelerator and not the time to back off. Even with the changes that are coming, you don't want to change what you're doing. You want to keep going. You want to keep doing the things that are creating results. I know that Ken McCall had some really good results. He's been signing up people left and right, and a lot of it is just he's using the system, and the system is working. So this is the time to be focusing in on your business and really, keeping your foot on the accelerator and not really looking to the left or the right and just, focusing straight ahead on your goals and setting your goals. And, one of the things that you might want to do if you haven't done it lately, for those of you who have the 15K, and if you don't, you should, go back and redo the goal setting exercise that they do in the first module of the 15K. I can tell you that I just recently went and did that. And it just never ceases to fail to amaze me that, when I'm focusing in on that, and when I go through the exercise, and I do it in the ways that I've been taught and that they cover in there, it really does create results for me. And, it's a very simple exercise. Dave Wood does a great training in there, and he puts us all in a position where what we can do is really take something to, just merely use the resources that we have, focusing on the goals that we are working toward, and by doing that and writing them down and doing the things that he explains to you, it really does create a result. So I can't really I can't recommend strongly enough that you take the time and go through that 15K formula. If you haven't done it for a while, this is a great time to do it, especially into the holidays, and you can set some goals and really work toward them, and make it into a really nice, strong holiday season for you and your family. So if you haven't done that, this is a great time to go back and redo it. So that's what I got. Brian, anything you want to add?
Yeah, I mean, just again, it's it's just about taking a little bit of action every day. Doing something to generate some traffic. Whether you're just putting some posts up on Facebook, using LinkedIn, Twitter, Pinterest. Putting a classified ad up, buying some traffic, just something. Just doing a little bit every day, and then going out and learning something a little bit every day. Like Scott was saying, I'm generating traffic for the team. I don't mind doing that. But use that to, I always tell people, try to use that to supplement your traffic. Because you don't want to be dependent on somebody to generate traffic for you forever. Now, it's a great way to run a business. Don't get me wrong, because it requires no effort, just a little bit of money. But what I always recommend to people is find a marketing niche that you like, whether it's Facebook, whether it's video marketing, whether it's email marketing, whether it's writing ad copy, whatever, and start learning it and honing your craft. Because once you start mastering some traffic techniques, and that's all I've done, is I've just mastered a few marketing techniques that I'm able to turn around and, fortunately for you guys, I don't make any money on this traffic. I don't. Every penny that you guys give me, I spend on traffic for you. And that's why usually, if somebody orders, let's say, a couple hundred clicks, they end up with 200-300 clicks instead of, if they order, let's say they order 200 clicks, usually end up with about 300. because I'm running your money till your money's gone. So for me, it's just about going out and honing the craft, and that's really what you need to do is just on a daily basis, just do something to generate some traffic. It's called a money making activity, and then go out there and spend a little time learning how to go out and generate your own traffic and hone and become a master at marketing. And again, you don't want to learn how to do 15 different types at all at once. Focus on one type of marketing and just go out there and learn. Let's say you want to learn how to be the best YouTube marketer on the planet and use videos to market your business. Go to Google and put in Google, how to use video marketing to generate traffic. How do you use YouTube to generate traffic? How to, video marketing. And, between iPass, the We Believe team, Empower Network within the 15K formula, and Google, I mean, there's a world of knowledge out there that you can go out and really start generating a lot of traffic in that one niche and becoming a master in that one niche very quickly. If you put, I challenge you to put an hour a day into one form of marketing and see where you're at 30 days from now. 30 days from now, you'll be amazed how much you know and how easy it is to go out there and use that one technique to go generate traffic for yourself. And, go out there and just learn. Learn every day. That's what I do. Every day I wake up, I drink my coffee, and I put on an inner circle audio while I'm drinking my coffee and kind of waking myself up in the morning, and then I focus on marketing. And then I go out and I spend an hour or so learning a new style of marketing. Like right now, I'm really working on ad copy. I want to learn how to do ad copy and write effective ad copy. So that's what I'm focusing on every day. About an hour a day, I'm spending, reading about ad copy and how using psychology and selling techniques to write good, solid ads. So that way, when I write my ads for our traffic or for my traffic, they're even more effective. So that's my challenge to you guys, and really just go out there and start taking your business seriously. You don't really need to do anything other than join, get your system set up, and send traffic. That's it. Just send traffic to the link they gave you. You don't need to reinvent a wheel. You don't need to create landing pages. You don't need to create presentation pages. You don't need to do anything with the system. Just join, set up your system, and get traffic flowing to it. That's it. And you can see the ones on our team that are flowing traffic are having success. The ones sitting on the sidelines sitting there saying, well, I want to maybe do this sporadically, or hey, maybe I'll put $100 into here, and then I'll just sit back and wait another month, and then do another 100, or oh well, I'm not going to do any sort of Facebook advertising or nothing. The people that are sitting on the sidelines aren't having the results right now. Those of us that are really taking action, I'm telling you, I'm killing it. There ain't a day that goes by I'm not signing up 2-3 people into iPass every day. 2-3 people every day since it started. I mean, so far I think I've signed up 78 people into iPass in 2.5 weeks, 3 weeks. Matter of fact, 3 weeks. It was 3 weeks Monday, so a little over 3 weeks. So I've signed up. What did I say? 78 people so far. So, and I'm not doing anything other than just running traffic to the Adam Whiting presentation. That's it. So, that's my challenge to you is go out there and take this business seriously. Stretch yourself a little bit. Get a product maybe you don't have yet if you don't own them all yet. And if you do own them all, go out there and stretch yourself a little bit and say, hey, how can I really turn this thing up and get some traffic flowing? And because upsells are happening. One all-in bundle sale, man, that can create a lot of extra income for you to be able to go out and put some more money into your business or to get yourself getting towards the profitable situations. And then also just that little extra iPass money. I'm telling you, I'm pleasantly surprised how much I've made just with the iPass system. It's a nice little chunk of change considering it's coming in $7 at a time. So that's my challenge to you is just go out there, start running your business, start getting some traffic flowing, and really take advantage of this because they've set up a system that really is doing it for you. So that's really all I got for tonight, Scott. Let's see. We talked about Orlando. We talked about the new stuff with Empower. Talked about iPass a little bit. I don't know. What else do we have? Anything else?
No, you know what, Brian, you hit on a good point, and that is, by what you talked about, how you're learning some new skills. Actually, I have a book to recommend to you. One that I've been listening to as I do my bike riding. I like to listen to a book on tape as I'm riding my bike, and it's influenced by Robert Cialdini, and he really talks about certain subtleties in language and certain words that really work to help influence people, and how there's different things that you can do that really can give you better results in the ways that you market and the ways that you connect with people. So that's a book I definitely recommend. Now I
Cool.
don't know if listening to it, it really works. I think it's a pretty thick book, and if you do books on tape, one thing I can definitely recommend is there's an app that I put on my phone called Audible. It actually will speed up the listening of the book. So, maybe that's one of my tips of the night is get Audible, get some books on tape, and as you're doing something in addition to listening to the inner circles, you really can get some great information out there by reading or listening to books, and that's something that really will expand uh, your abilities and your ways of thinking of things and the ways that you can get results. So, I give you credit for going out and trying to sharpen your saw and be, or sharpen your axe, or I think it's sharpen the saw is what the story is, so you can get better results. And that's what we've got here. And we're here for you. If there's any questions, certainly use the Facebook group. Welcome your new people into the Facebook group, and I want to give you guys credit for really stepping up and taking responsibility for helping to welcome people into the Facebook group, because it really helps to build that community, and that's something that's important, because people are really not joining a business, they're joining you, and we're doing what we can here to share and to help support. So what I would say is thank you for spending time with us. This replay will be up for a week. If anybody has any questions, then certainly reach out to us. We're here to help you, and go out and make it a great weekend, and we will see you here next week, same time, same place, and we look forward to hearing from you.